Hey, friend. I think we are live. So, welcome to this week's Transformation Tuesday Masterclass. Um, I'm very excited about this one, actually. I hope you all had an amazing Lionsgate portal peek yesterday. I led a super powerful activation last night and just had a really beautiful day in general. And I'm still feeling it today. But these energies will be with us for a little while longer, and the portal is still open until Friday. So make sure you take advantage of this time to accelerate your manifestations and things like that. Hey, Jenny, it's nice to see you here. I hope you can hear me. I am having some internet issues today. So let me know if anything is a problem. I will definitely check my DMs because of the lag. If my internet won't cooperate, I will record this and upload it a little bit later. Oh, it sounds good, Jenny? Okay, awesome. Keep me posted. Hopefully, my internet holds out. Again, send it good juju. I've been having trouble with it the last couple of days. Yeah, it's a bit choppy. Damn it. All right. Well, fingers crossed. So hopefully this will go okay. Let's go ahead and just jump in. But I will keep an eye on the chat, but not bad at all. Okay, hopefully just sharing the screen will be all good. All right. So, how's everyone feeling? Please let me know that, especially if you did the activation, whether you're here live or on replay. Just let me know how you're feeling, and I'm just going to hold the trust and the assumption that this is going to go smoothly today. So thank you very much for joining me live. And like I said, send my internet some good vibes if you don't mind, because we're on the struggle bus a little bit today. So, in case we haven't met yet, I'm Elle, and I'm a self mastery and mindful manifestation mentor, quantum healer, spiritual and ascension activator, manifesting generator / time bender with the Hermit Heretic profile, which probably explains a lot about me if you know anything about human design and you know me very well at all. I'm also claired the fuck up, as you can see, but I do wish I had more access to clairvoyance because that doesn't happen for me very often. I have a life path 11 and a 9 soul urge or heart desire, whatever you want to call it, which may also explain a lot about me if you know much about numerology. And I'm a Libra who enjoys long walks on the beach, quiet evenings by the fire, and a nice Chardonnay. I'm kidding, actually. I'm not all that into astrology or Chardonnay. My interest in natal charts has more to do with the blueprint of your etheric template and your star seed origins map than anything else. And this one is like one of my newer interests too. We can keep the whole beach and fire thing going, though. I'm definitely down with all that, especially if the fire is on the beach in the evening. That sounds really nice right now. But here I am digressing all over the place. I apologize. In the next approximately 30 minutes, you're going to learn what the fuck free will even is, whether you have it or not. And spoiler alert, because this kind of answers whether you have it or not anyway, but how to gain more access to it. And be sure to kick it with me until the end to learn everything you need to know to gain more access to your free will and to hear about some exciting changes that I have coming soon. But before we get rolling, real quick, here's a little disclaimer. I am always teaching from my current level of understanding. So please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because you may have a different understanding than I do, and that is totally okay. And please take a second to like this stream if you haven't yet, to get it in front of more people who would benefit from it, or even share it if you like. And be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because that helps everyone. And now for the down and dirty. Free will is a pretty hotly debated topic in all kinds of different communities, and I'm probably about to ruffle some feathers on both sides of the debate today, so let's get into it. But I am going to check the chat just to make sure. It's been a great day. Guides are being chatty. Awesome, Jenny. I'm so glad to hear that. I wonder if our guides ever have like tea parties, because mine are very chatty too. And sometimes I'm like, I need a break. Please stop talking in my head right now. All right, here we go. What the fuck is free will anyway? So, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, free will is the power of acting without the constraint of necessity or fate, the ability to act at one's own discretion, right? According to Britannica.com, free will in philosophy and science is the supposed power or capacity of humans to make decisions or perform actions independently of any prior event or state of the universe. According to simplypsychology.org, free will is the idea that we are able to have some choice in how we act, and assumes that we are free to choose our behavior. In other words, we are self-determined. For example, people can make a free choice as to whether to commit a crime or not, unless they are a child or they are insane. And according to physicist Sean Carroll, this is what he has said about it. I think free will is emergent. I don't think it's fundamental, but I have no problems talking about it any more than I have trouble talking about temperature. I don't think that a person can get through the day without speaking of other human beings making choices, because free will, the ability to make choices, is an absolutely crucial part of our emergent macroscopic. I'm sorry, I'm getting all tongue-tied. I'm going to take that sentence over again because I can. Anyway, that's because free will, the ability to make choices, is an absolutely crucial part of our emergent macroscopic way of talking about human beings. It's an emergent phenomenon that is consistent with the microscopic dynamics. That's like a lot. That was kind of a mouthful. Anyway, according to the Bible, you say, I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for you. You say, I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial. So in other words, free will is the power to decide what to do in a certain situation. However, don't forget that your choices have consequences, because even though God gave you free will, you're still going to need to use it the way he would want you to, or you might get punished. Just saying. And finally, according to Wikipedia, which is my Bible, no, I'm kidding. Free will is the capacity of agents to choose between different possible courses of action unimpeded. Free will is closely linked to the concepts of moral responsibility, praise, culpability, sin, and other judgments. Did I misspell that? I did. You know what? I am not having that. Not today. Not today, Satan. All right. We just fix things on the fly around here. Okay. Anyway, which apply only to actions that are freely chosen. So that was fun, right? What I want to know right now is, do you believe that we have free will, and why or why not? So please drop your answers in the chat if you're watching live, or in the comments if you're watching a replay. And I'll take a look at the questions in the chat later, rather than waiting, or anything that's coming up, rather than waiting to catch up with the delay or whatnot. But let me just make sure that the sound is still okay. Free will, spell it like you want. I'm going to be real honest with you. I copied and pasted that from the website and then just looked at it while I was talking and went, oh shit, they put an E in there where it shouldn't be. All right, cool. Looks like we're good. I mean, you guys know me. So now we are going to talk about, do we even have free will? And this is where I may start to ruffle some feathers based on certain beliefs. So let's get into it. The answer to this question really depends on who you ask. For example, most religious or spiritual people tend to believe in free will. But it seems as though most people who identify as philosophers do not. And most of the law of assumption community agrees with philosophers, kinda. It's a pretty popular sentiment in this particular crowd to actually say explicitly that no one has free will in your reality, which in my opinion is a gross misunderstanding of what Neville Goddard was actually saying. He was pretty much of the mind that no one has free will, period, which I also don't agree with, just to be clear. But my biggest problem with the LOA community's line of thinking is that it makes absolutely no fucking sense. And sure, I get that my physical brain can't make sense of certain things, but I think this is different. I don't care what fucking dimension or density you're looking at things from. It is not possible for everyone to have total free will in their own realities, but not in anyone else's. I just want to be like, so wait a minute. You all think you're the only person on earth with free will? Like you can manipulate anyone in your reality to do whatever you want them to do, but no one else can do that to you in their reality? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. But, cognitive dissonance is one hell of a drug. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So here is the reality of this incredibly nuanced subject, in my opinion. There are all kinds of things that can interfere with free will. Cultural and societal expectations, family obligations and expectations, fear of what others might think. But I think it all pretty much boils down to one thing, which is conditioning. So, yes, I believe we do technically have it, but the real question is, do we have access to it? Another important question is, how much access do we really have? And we'll get to what I think is the most important question in a minute. We are all conditioned from birth to believe, assume, think, and feel a specific way about certain things. And by certain things, I mean everything. So until we start questioning our conditioning and making moves to decondition ourselves, our access to our free will is extremely limited. Furthermore, our understanding of free will is all wrong if we view, say, God as a big sky daddy and a puppet master who's totally outside of us instead of what it actually is, which is us. We have to remember that the little human avatar having physical experiences that feel like reality in this density is really only like a tiny little sliver of our whole multi-dimensional being. And be sure to check out last week's live stream to get a deeper understanding of this concept. But to put it simply, the you that occupies other dimensions and densities is actually most of your being that you don't really have access to until you stop othering it, because that creates the illusion that you're not part of the same being. That separates you from the vast majority of your true self. And the other thing that creates the illusion of separation is over-identifying with your physical experience and believing that that is all that you are. You are not Source's puppet. Let me say that again. You are not Source's puppet. You are society's puppet until you remember who the fuck you really are, which is Source having a temporary human experience so it can learn more about life from a new and different perspective that only this incarnation of you can provide to continue its eternal expansion and evolution. And this is why there are so many compelling theories that explain why free will is an illusion, because it kind of is until it's not anymore, right? It's an illusion until you finally start remembering who the fuck you are, Simba. So, how are we feeling about it now? Let me know in the chat if you're live, and I'll look at that now to see if any questions or anything came up in the previous segment. Or let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay, and feel free to ask questions there too, and I will come back and answer them for you. All right, let's see. Yes, totally. It's my life to create. Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss. Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah, spell it like you want. I believe we have specific purpose, but we choose how to implement or how to act on it, on our guidance. That's from Brianna. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with me. I think the energies are messing with me a little bit today, but like in a good way. I feel very giddy. Okay, but we chose our purpose before coming here. So exactly, you did. So when you access your free will, that's, anyway, we'll get into that. Ooh, Jenny, I like that, but have never thought of it before. Gut instinct is I agree. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So, all right. So remember who you are. That's always going to be my advice. So how do you gain more access to your free will? This is probably not going to come as a surprise to you if you've been following me for a while, or even if you've just watched a few of the videos on this channel, but you have to decondition yourself, period. You have to reprogram your mind with your own belief system and toss the one that was handed down to you by your parents who got it from their parents and so on, or a society that actually wants to control you. Because if you don't have much or any access to your free will, you're a hell of a lot easier to manipulate and control. So you've got to start identifying those bullshit limiting beliefs that limit your access to your free will and rewrite them. And start exercising discernment in situations where you would normally be expected to just go along with everything. Start questioning things more and work on your critical thinking skills. Attempt to discern whether someone is trying to empower you or instill fear in you so they can control you. You've also got to rewire your brain and nervous system to support and maintain the changes in your belief system. Quantum heal any energetic and karmic wounds or imprints that were passed down to you by your ancestors and their societies, as well as your own past lives, which are actually parallel lives. And we'll probably talk about that someday soon. And begin aligning with your higher self consistently so you can hear, listen to, and act on your higher mind's guidance, because that's where your free will is. Remember, your higher self is you, not some separate being, entity, God, or whatever. They are you in your purest form, unencumbered by the conditioning and trauma that you've gone through. And when you act in accordance with what you planned for yourself before you came into this life and time, that's when you have full access to your free will. And you begin to consciously create your life around your highest joy, excitement, passions, and desires. In fact, until you start aligning consistently with your higher self, you actually probably don't even know exactly what your highest joy, excitement, passions, and desires really are, because you're thinking through the lens of your conditioning, which makes many of those things seem impossible to you. But they're not impossible. They're what you actually came here to do in the first place. You just won't be able to do them or even know exactly what they are until you align with your higher self. And inevitably, all of this will lead to you becoming the fully integrated, badass, multidimensional super being you really are. So, how are we doing now? Let me know in the chat or the comments. And if you're still watching but you haven't liked the video yet, please go ahead and do that if you're enjoying it to help more people see it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. I really appreciate your support. And I will check the chat to answer any questions that have come in here in just a second to account for the hardcore lag. But first, I want to talk about my exciting news. So we have a new Discord server, and I would love for you to join it because this community is next level as fuck. Link is on the screen and probably not down below yet. I think I have to edit that when I hop off, but it will be there. And if you join now as a founding member, you'll get all kinds of special perks regular members won't get, like extra permissions on channels, big savings on certain paid events or even programs, and free entry into other paid events. I'm also starting a podcast where we'll talk about all this fun esoteric shit, which will be recorded live there every week. So members of the community get to sit in on the live uncut version of it, and founding members get priority as guests. You can also become a luminary and be recognized as an expert for even more special perks that others don't get, simply by being helpful, posting on our channels, answering questions whenever possible, and just generally being an active and engaged member of our community. And this will probably become a paid perk at some point, but founding members will get it for free. I'm also super excited to host monthly movie nights, as well as my free self-compassion code sessions and some spiritual activations that I'm guided to do for free over there from now on. And I'm actually deleting my Facebook group soon because fuck Facebook. Yeah, I said it. So come help me kick off this amazing new community right. Get some really nifty perks too while you're at it. I've also been guided to close enrollment on Conscious Creator Code, which starts next week, so I can accommodate my current clients without burning the fuck out. And I'm shifting my focus to actually teaching my methods to other healers, light workers, and way showers right now, because that way I can actually fulfill my purpose much faster. So I'm excited to announce Abundant University, which will start as a 6-month program that teaches all of the signature codes I downloaded from my higher self that accelerate the healing, activation, and ascension processes in a safe way for all of the awakening souls, of which there are many right now. And since we don't begin until the powerful 1010 portal, so about 2 months from right now, another perk of joining us on Discord is that you can actually get 50% off of your tuition as a founding member, because I want to reward the fast action takers who support the community and are there from the get-go. And especially if you know right away, right now, you're like, yes, I definitely want to be able to use these techniques with my clients. You'll also get immediate access to me via Voxer during office hours the same day you make your investment for brain picking purposes and other such things. So look for more information on all of this in the coming weeks, or please feel free to contact me with any questions if you're one of my fast action takers. And that info is on the screen and will also be in the description box below. And I do still have one one-to-one spot available for someone I feel really called to work with for the next 3 months. So please feel free to contact me about that if you're interested, because I'm probably not taking on private clients again after this like ever again, unless I'm guided to for some reason, but it will no longer be a regular service that I offer because I'm shifting my focus to teaching and whatever else helps me help the most people possible. So, are there any questions about working with me or anything we talked about today? Let me take a look. Oh, wow, there are more people than there were when I left. So, all right. Okay, so still good. Loving Discord so far. Loving the perks. All right, that looks like that's all the comments that have come in. So, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else? Should I kill a little bit of time? Let's see. We've been 25, almost 26 minutes. I did pretty good today. I did say, like, I always say I have no concept of time, and then I pretty much nail my like guesstimate at the beginning. So maybe I should stop saying I don't have a concept of time. I don't know. Shelly says I have comments on Bookface as those of us who are hating their crappy service and locating anything and everything I try to find. Yeah, it's I don't even know. I don't know. I don't have words for it. Zuck, I don't know. I just don't know what to do with it. It's a lot of it's just a giant pain, really, is what it is. So I am glad to be done with it. Groups are like a dime a dozen and frankly kind of boring at this point. I just don't want to do that. Like I want to do something fun. I want to do something that other people aren't doing because that's just kind of how I roll all the time. And Discord actually has a really big user base too. Like not as big as Facebook because Facebook has literally everyone on the planet basically. But that's okay. Like you can still use Facebook to get people into your Discord community just the same as you can get them into a Facebook group. If they're not on Discord yet, and they like you enough, they will follow you there. Believe me, there I think are 20 members so far now, and I don't think any of them had Discord before this. So, yeah, if you're looking for a Facebook replacement for like your community specifically, I highly recommend Discord. And no, they are not paying me. Maybe they should, but they're not. So anyway, I think I've babbled enough about Discord to let some more comments come in or into the chat, So if you've got a question and you're watching this later, or if you're here live right now and a question pops up for you later, please feel free to come back and comment. Comments also help with the algorithm. It helps YouTube to know to like push it out to more people. Nope, didn't have it. Yeah, Brianna didn't have it, and look how happy she is with it. She's like, hell yeah. I would not have known about Discord if not for Elle moving the community. So anyway, I'm sorry I'm putting words in your mouth. But yeah, I'm excited. Like I'd never used it before, but my guides were like, go check out Discord. And I was like, okay, because I'm actually listening to them now instead of like being obstinate. No questions, Elle. One of these days I'll have the cash flow to work with you. I know you will. You hang in there. You're doing all kinds. You've got all kinds of stuff going on, so no worries. But yeah, I'll be around Discord. I mean, I'm still on Facebook, so you can still DM me and you can come follow me or be my friend or whatever you want to do. But the Discord community is where it's at. We're going to have so much fun. I'm going to do a tour of it on Friday at some point, just so everybody kind of knows like what's what. But thank you guys so much for watching. Holler at me if you have any questions, and I will see you around the internets. Much love.